Hey everybody, hopefully you'll be able to hear me okay. I'm kind of in a different location today, just like I was last time, and well, today I'm actually hiding out in my closet. I have a 17-year-old here, my son. He's here with his friends from school. They've decided that they're going to record a music video in the house, so it's rather loud. So I'm hiding out in the closet. It's kind of interesting. So today, well, I might want to preface, you might hear some clarinet noise or ukulele or guitar, something like that. I promise you, I tried to pick the quietest place in the house. Right now I hear them talking and laughing, so who knows when the instruments kick in. But I just want to preface that in case all of a sudden there's a loud screeching clarinet noise or something. But I thought, okay, I love soaping, and I wanted to talk about some interesting things about soap. I know we all know soap is used for cleaning, and it does a great job at doing that, but there are so many other uses for soap, and I love to research all these little life hack things where you figure out how you can use things in a different way, like how many different uses do you get out of a toilet paper roll, or how many different uses do you get out of a rubber band or a paper clip, all these things that you wouldn't normally think of, that you have to go buy a certain gadget just to solve a problem when a paper clip would actually solve it. So I wanted to share some things with you about soap, and I'll give you some examples of some of the soaps that I have. This is California Dreaming. It's orange and patchouli. It's one of my favorites because I love patchouli. This one is Morning Buzz. This is coffee, cacao husk, and peppermint. And it'll wake you up. It'll give you that morning buzz without having to drink your cup of coffee. This one actually is the #1 seller. It's been very difficult for me to keep this on the shelf, which is a good problem to have, right? But I'm actually having to go into much larger production of this one, which I love. I'm not sure if my family is totally loving it because it saturates the house with peppermint for about 2 days because the batch is so big. I find it interesting. I love peppermint. When the family comes home, they're like, wow, that is really strong. So needless to say, the house is smelling very good very frequently. The chocolate scent for the Morning Buzz here, it actually matures more once the soap has been taken out of the mold, so about a day later. The coffee smell is, you can smell it. It's not as strong as the peppermint, but you're definitely able to smell this like you were drinking some sort of peppermint mocha. Something like that. It smells wonderful. When you're showering with it, you actually use the bar to rub on your skin. It'll exfoliate your skin. Opens up those pores, and then the peppermint gets in and it creates this really cooling sensation. So it's quite an experience in the shower, not just with your nose, but how your body feels too. So let's get on to the little soaping hacks. And if you have your own soaping hack that you use by far, feel free to tell us about it. I would love to hear more things about soaping than I have already been able to research. So #1 is, if you are big into sewing, you can use your soap wrapped in material like a pincushion. Not only that, but the benefits of doing that is when the pin actually goes through the soap and is braced by it, then you're going to lubricate your pin. So if you're a sewer, you're going to know what the benefits are of that. I found that really interesting. That was something new to me. The other thing that you can do if you're a sewer is you can actually take a sliver of your soap. And this one happens to be very sharp. So as you can see, like sometimes the bars are so hard and so sharp, I have to actually bevel the edges just because as you're washing with it, those corners can be sharp and stuff like that. But if you are a sewer, that is extremely beneficial because you can take that very sharp edge right here and you can mark it on your fabric wherever it is that you're needing to create a hemline or whatever you're needing to mark up. And the benefit, it's soap. It's going to wash out in the washer. So bonus, you don't have to worry about making any marks that are going to stick in the fabric. Isn't that so interesting? These are the things that we don't do now because we have all this knowledge available to us. So we buy this gadget that fixes certain things. But in the old days, this is probably what they really used, and our grandparents would probably be like, yeah, that's like normal to use that, and we're like, we never would have thought of that. So I find that really interesting. The other thing is, you might have already heard of this before. I was always told to use detergent. Now, since I've gone away from detergents, I actually don't use those. But in the event that you want to prevent something from fogging, like back when I was a swimmer, we were told to spit in it actually, or use dish soap. Spitting actually worked better. Why? I don't know. But if you want to use a bar of soap for preventing your glasses from fogging, your goggles, if you're a swimmer, from fogging, then a bar of soap will actually do that for you. Hey, Katie. Love you. I can't believe my sister's on. That's so awesome. So the other thing that you can do with this, tip number 4, is if you have a leaky pipe, you can actually rub this on the pipe or create a solution of water and the soapiness. So like suds it up, put it in the water, spray it on your pipe, and you'll see bubbles if you're having a leak. Now, a lot of times people use detergent as well for that, like Dawn dish soap or Palmolive dish soap. Those are common things that people use. But this is also a last option, last ditch effort. If you need something that's going to work for you to do that, you can use soap. Another thing that you can use it for is you can take your saw and actually rub it in, saw it into the soap, and it's going to actually create a barrier between the teeth and whatever it is that you're cutting and create a smoother edge so you get a smoother cut. That would have been interesting for me if I would have known that when I was trying to cut PVC pipe, which was a nightmare. And I could have used a hack like that to make it a lot better. I was doing several cuts just to get a straight cut. All right, so another interesting thing is for gardeners. I found this one fascinating because I never would have thought of this. And actually, I don't really like the feeling of this, so I probably would not do this. I don't like anything being under my nails. But if you are a gardener and you want to prevent all that dirt from getting underneath your fingernails, you can scratch. And I am not going to do this because I don't want to have to clean up that soap from underneath my nails. But you can scratch your bar of soap and let it accumulate under your nails. And I keep mine really short. I type a lot. I can't stand the nails being too long. But if you get the soap underneath your nails, then when you go to do your gardening, once you get done with your cleanup, the soap is going to dissolve under the water and come out of those fingernails, and you're not going to have all that dirt that you're going to have to sit there and scrub and scrub and scrub. And if you've done the scrub multiple times or gotten your hands in dirt and dirt under your nails, you'll know that you are going to be scrubbing for a very long time to get that out. Now, tip number 7. If you're a deer hunter, any deer hunters out there, I'm not sure how many people love to learn about personal care products that are going to be deer hunters, but if you are a deer hunter and you know somebody that likes to do this, you can actually block your scent by hanging your soap in a nylon bag wherever it is that you're positioned for hunting. You can hide your smell. I don't know if that actually works with various different scents. I haven't hunted in 2 decades. I don't know if I would try that out. Maybe I'll have somebody try that out. Like, would the deers like patchouli? Or frankincense? Or unscented? You know what I mean? Like, do deers care what it smells like? I care what it smells like. I know a deer smells kind of gross to me. So, I don't know. I'm just trying to add some humor to that because that's what I would be thinking. Does the deer like rosemary or not? So if you do hunt and you decide that you're going to try this technique, let us know how it goes. All right, tip number 8. You can actually put your nail in the soap, and then when you're nailing it into the wall, it's going to help drive that nail through the wall in a much smoother way. Again, a life hack I wish I would have known when we bought our house, and I was trying to nail through plaster that would normally bend my nails, and I would go through like 4 nails before I actually got the nail in the wall without bending it. Oh, the things we wish we knew beforehand. So, but now I know, and if I ever remodel a room, I'll be able to do this. So the other thing is that you can unstick a zipper by lubricating the zipper. You can also make your door hinges stop squeaking by lubricating the door hinges. Interesting. I had no idea that you could do that. Finally, about lubricating an area, you can actually use this for creaky floors. I'm going to have to try that for real. I think I'm going to go get all my unscented soap that I haven't been able to use, or like the excess that I've had, and go around the house and check out some areas where the floor's squeaking. I know when the cats enter my bedroom, the floor actually squeaks when they're walking on it, which I think is comical because they're so light and it still squeaks. So I might give it a shot, and then I can follow up with you and let you know. So another interesting thing that you can do with this is you can use it as a shaving cream, or you can use soap, your regular bar soap, to take the place of your shampoo if you're traveling. Now, one little thing about using bar soap when you're traveling, or even bar soap on your hair in general, if you have hard water, it's not going to work the greatest. The soap is going to strip your hair of anything that is on the hair, which is great. However, what it does do as well, because it works so well, it actually puts your hair in a position where it can pick up all the excess minerals that are in the water. So if you have hard water, you're not going to get the same results from a bar of soap on your hair that you would if you had soft water or filtered water. Those are some suggestions on how to get the best use out of using bar soap for your hair. And then the other thing too is you wouldn't want to be using something like the Morning Buzz soap that I have with the coffee and the cacao for your hair. You don't want to be getting the coffee granules in the hair and you're like in a meeting and you like brush your hair to check on it or get out of your face and these granules fall out. Just kidding. It probably wouldn't really do that. But those soaps really are designed for more luxurious experiences on the body, not for the hair. So you would definitely want to make sure that if you are doing that, that you're actually using a good soap for your hair. So those are all my tips, fun life hacks about using soap in various different ways. If you have your own life hack that you want to share with us, go ahead and post it below. I love to learn. I would love to hear what you have been able to use soap for before. And if you want to check out any of the soaps that I have, you can always come to the farmer's market on Saturdays. I am there from about 7 to 3 o'clock. I'm there normally between 7 and 8 o'clock, depending on if I have any back stock that I have to fill before I get there. And you can always check out my website at www.eveofedenspa.com, or just send me a message on Facebook and I'd love to hear from you. I look forward to seeing you next Friday on For Your Noggin, and I hope that this week you have time to actually use one of these soaping hacks. Bye-bye.